Hello. I will just start the timer. Give me a second. There you go. Trying to keep that around this with the skull. Yeah. I'm always looking back just to see if everything holds up. Just trying like to figure out like I'd like to do a convex kind of shape and not like too many concave angles. So I'll be playing with the with the shapes to be sure. It's just like a. It's not like a terrible or anything boring if I got concave angles, but it's just like to keep that kind of aesthetic. So little things. Yeah. Okay. Still makes sense. That's one of the things that I'd like to define at some point, and I still need like a lot of practice with this. It's like, since this will be 3D printed, some of the level of the detail don't need to be as tight as you would think, just because let's just say like this scale, like let's just say like, I don't know, maybe like an inch would be like all, like, you know, that section would be like an inch. So imagine like how small like it would become. It would become like something like probably like this or like this. So at this distance, like a super tight detail won't actually matter or change anything. So I'm just trying like to the main reason it's just like for time's sake. Like I love doing detail and stuff like that, but at the same time I know this model got so much detail that I don't want to be spending all my free time like over a year just polishing stuff. So yeah. So what is this? Just to give you a context, it's part of the back of an helmet. For those who didn't get the chance to see the rest of the mesh, which will appear in a few seconds. Yeah. Okay. Wow. It's I won't reveal like all the tiny parts, but so yeah, more or less that's what I'm going for. So I'll just remove that mask. So it's like the old back section, and you know, depending on how good I do a job with this, like I will probably like try to bring back that kind of design somewhere else on the character. So Sorry about that. My computer starts to be really old, and I think it shows. So I'll just click back the piece I was working on and then go back to solo mode, which isolate the piece. I just love the clay tube. I think you can do like sharp angles with it, but still keep that looseness. I think that's probably my favorite brush. Because of that, it feels a lot more flexible. Feel free to ask if you got any questions or things you'd like to add up. Because when this thing is going to be like a lot more advanced and I feel more confident on this style, then of course, you know, I'm going to show you as a whole, and you'll be able to give your feedback. I don't know if I'm gonna be like adding all the feedback, but at least, you know, I'd like to hear it. So because sometimes you don't think about everything, or you don't see stuff that it's obvious, and yeah, this can be helpful. That's the thing I like about my process. It's so loose. Okay, sometimes like stuff can be a little bit smudgy, but still like to design, I just feel like it's a lot more closer to like a drawing a sketch, and you can just change it as you want all along. That's another thing that I kind of like to do is like I look at my models from like a super close angle from side view, like I'm doing right now, to see like how much, you know, it's sticking out. And I sometimes it's stuff that you don't see from the front view, and it just helps to get like a more nice overall consistent kind of shape. Sometimes what I do when I want to bring stuff closer, you can do a pinch, but an inflate works well as well. I hope it's not too boring for you guys to watch. It's coming along. Bit of inflate. No runs. Okay, so I'm gonna check with the rest of the model how it looks. I'll just remove the air. Come on. Thanks. His own sword. I didn't see you there. I'm trying to be, but yeah, it's right now like I'm kind of struggling because since what I'm doing is got like a lot of detail, and like you can see, you know, we see like steps. I could subdivide it more, but what I want to do with this would be just to flesh out the detail, then do a zero measure, and then go over that with like the right topology, and just because I feel like when you do like a zero measure, you actually get like something, you know, edge loops at the right spot, like specifically on specific edge. So it's just like cleaner and easier to work with. So I'm just trying to keep that roundness of the head since it's the back of the head, and since it's a female, that's subtle things, but I'm trying like to do more kind of round angles, not too many sharp and hard angles. Actually, I'm trying to do the contrast. I don't know if you saw earlier, like the front mask got like a lot of sharp angles. So if I can do like a relief in the back with more round angles, I think it will just complement better and create a contrast. Yeah, it kind of looks like that because of the hexagon of the soccer ball. But yeah, it's a sci-fi soccer ball. Yeah, the reason why I work in such a isolated kind of way, it's just because my computer starts to be really old, and I think I got like I don't know, like close to 70 subtools or something. And if I reveal everything up, everything is, you know, it will be too heavy to work with, and it will slow down. Plus, you know, the fact that I'm capturing this stream, it's slowing my computer even more, and I got like a really old PC, so that's why I would rather like work in small pieces like that, and then I will, at some point reveal everything and just work as a whole. But yeah, in the meantime, and right now it doesn't make like quite a lot of sense to see it like this way, because it only looks like a soccer ball. But I promise, when I'm further down the way, further down like the path of this model, it will all come together, and hopefully it will look nice. Another reason why I tends to go like kind of quick and messy, it's just because once more I get like this idea in my head and on how the back of the helmet should look like, but I don't have a clue if it will look good or if it makes sense. So I'd rather like sketch up something really quick like this, look at it, and then from there modify it, whatever, tweak it, and once I'm happy with it, then do the polish, kind of the detail. Because if I start polishing right now, I will lose that flexibility, and yeah, I really want to explore different kind of design, and I just feel it's a lot more fun, so, and less tiresome. So, is on sword, are you doing any ZBrush? Because one of the things that I like to do eventually, it's like with my stream sessions, I would love it like I don't know if you guys ever heard about Crimson Daggers, which they were like a forum. Well, I don't know if we could call it forum. Like it was just like a meet where people would meet up with. I think Dave Raposa started this. Like he would do like to practice. He would do like those stream sessions of his screen, and basically people would join up. He would give out like a theme or something, and everybody would start sketching. But the thing is, it would still be just like if you're going to like a drawing class. Like all the other artists would be there, and they would just like chat along the way, while they're doing their stuff. And the main purpose of that was just like to be consistent at art and polishing your craft. And I wish we would have like more of that, like more specifically for sculpting. It feels like the sculpting is like such a smaller crowd than let's just say like concept art. And I wish like those guys doing concept, it seems sometimes so far ahead, like in terms of developing their own community and stuff like that. So yeah, it would be really nice if someday people will join up like on my stream and just start sculpting on their side, and maybe like whatever, like share their monitor or share their art. So but yeah, so at least like we would be all working on our stuff, and yeah, just to be more consistent. Oh, nice. AutoCAD. Yeah, that's one of the softwares. Well, there's like so many softwares, but yeah, that's definitely like one that I think it's a lot more complex than what we're actually doing in games, or but yeah, it seems to be kind of cool, like because you know the thing like that what we're doing, let's just say like in games or like in movies, it's you know, it looks cool, but it's not like made in a purpose to being built, like physically built, and that's one of the main reason why I want to get into 3D printing. I really want to, you know, bridge that gap of, you know, having something, you know, physically printed. And I don't know, it feels like to me it feels like my design will be stronger because it needs to live like in the physical world. So let's just say like how I balance out my stuff, how fragile my stuff will be, and all those kind of questions that we never ask when we do games. I think we'll need to ask them for this. So how do you like it? How do you like it studying in architecture? Oh, I just saw the time. Unfortunately, we'll need to catch up on this discussion maybe tomorrow morning, because I'll need to go wake up my kids to go to the daycare. So enjoy the rest of your day, and yeah, it will be. Oh. So, take care, guys. See you tomorrow.